y'all, listen, happy Friday. Welcome into the building. Okay, it's Friday, and I hope y'all all gonna have a good weekend. But before you start off your weekend, kick it off all the way, I'm glad y'all stopped by here tonight to hang out with me for a little bit. And listen, it's Trending Topics Friday. And we're gonna get into it, okay? This Trending Topics is labeled Dear Mama. Dear Mama. We got Toni, Angela White. Did she stand a chance? Because she got a mother that is old with a piece of work, okay? Did she stand a chance in this life? Ooh, we got to talk about it. Toni, when your mother is jealous of you. What a hot mess. We got Nia Long. Nia Long. Because of y'all, she left her man. She did. She didn't want to be embarrassed in these streets. He been cheating since the day they met, probably, allegedly. But because his cheating came out in the open, she left him. So now she's settled. I think she's getting $35,000 a month in child support. He make almost $500,000 a month. She was chilling, private jets, eating at the steakhouse, hanging on the beach, doing whatever she want. And because of y'all, she left her man, and now she's out there in LA with the son, and she's getting $35,000 a month in child support. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Then we got Tiana Taylor. She married the man. They was married for years. She had not one, but 2 kids with him. And now she's saying, he's always high. He's a bad dad. And the kids don't deserve to be with him. What happened, Tiana? You had 2 children with this man. Did he pick up smoking or whatever it is you claim he doing after y'all broke up? Or was he doing that while you was carrying your seed? He was sitting there rubbing your belly, and was he puffing in? When you went to the hospital to deliver and he was there waiting for the baby to come out, was he 100% sober? Dear mama. We got to talk about the mamas tonight, y'all. Listen, this ain't me. These people doing it, okay? We're going to talk about it because, listen, it's Friday night. It's Friday night. And some of y'all might have just got paid. Shout out to the people who just got paid on Friday night. But listen, before you kick off your weekend, we got Friday night trending topics, Dear Mama. Now listen, as I bring the people in the building, let me see, because on Friday night, we got to play a little music. That's why, in my opinion, I appreciate you. In order to bring the people in the building, what do I need? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It's Friday night trending topics, and our theme tonight is Dear Mama. So we got a little tune for y'all as I bring the people in the building. Hold on 1 second now. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if it'll play. Uh-oh. Come on now.
Hi, Diva.
right, y'all. Dear mama, we about to get into it. We want to just ease y'all in, give you a nice little song there before we get into it, okay? We're about to get into this trending topics, and the title tonight is Dear Mama. You know what? I guess I'll start out with this, Tokyo Toni. You know, the first people you get to meet in this world when you come into it are your parents. And honey, we can't change who they are. They are who they are, and we get who we get. And Angela White, Black Chyna, she got Tokyo Toni. And what a piece of work. So Black Chyna / Angela White, the ex-boyfriend said her mama was in his DMs. But she wasn't just in the DMs. She was in the DMs sending X-rated pictures, videos that were very inappropriate. And when he first said it without the receipts, see, nobody wants to believe anything now unless they get receipts. Y'all don't believe nothing unless y'all get a receipt. So the people called him a whole liar until he showed the receipts. And then when he showed the receipts, they was like, I guess he was telling the truth. Let me go ahead and share this screen because she didn't say anything when he first called her a liar. But then when he came back with the receipts, now she wants to, come out and say a little something. Talking about he's a liar. Why would I do that? I can't stand him. How did he get it? He must have liked it. All kinds of nonsense. He must have went in the archives. You said you didn't do nude pictures. So Tokyo Toni denies sending nudes to her daughter's ex-boyfriend. Why would I send naked pictures to someone I despise and hate? Well, child, you apparently you despise your own daughter, but that's a whole nother story. But let's hear what she got to say.
I sending naked pictures. Why would I send naked pictures to somebody that I despise and hate? Someone that was dating my daughter. Do that make sense? See, the conspiracy, you can't do it. We know what that is. You'll be okay. Can't get no clout. You want something from me. You won't get it. No, sir. No, sir. If I sent that, can they send it from my phone number? And what naked pictures? I don't do naked pictures. My husband can't get naked pictures. No naked videos. No nothing. I don't do naked. I don't do naked. Yeah. So you think I'm going to sit up and argue with a nobody ass nigga that I know is that fuck radio solo radio? Did I know it was a fucking my daughter? Did I say I would come in and drag your ass out the house, you demon? I'm going to send him some naked pictures. Okay, I hope he enjoyed them. Yeah, because that means you've been wanting to see me. That means you went somewhere in the archive. A naked picture. Where did that surface from? Because I ain't never taken.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, she's something else. So, trifling Black Chyna ex drops receipts of Tokyo Toni, sending explicits to his DMs. My natural body. That's why she mad. This video is a bit much. I wouldn't even play it. But I'm sure if you connected to this story, you've seen it. The mother is too much. And these are all the alleged nudes that she sent him. Okay. So let's get into a little bit more details in this story. So earlier this week, Black Chyna's ex, little twin Hector, took to social media to share some explicit DMs he claims to have received from her mother, Tokyo Toni. He had previously claimed that she sent some freaky content his way. However, social media users had their doubts. He decided to come through with receipts on Instagram, posting a screen recording of the alleged messages. In the messages, Tokyo appears to go off about Chyna, even suggesting that she purchased a plane ticket simply to beat the mess out of her own daughter. Eventually, she seemed to accuse her daughter of being jealous of her due to her natural body that God gave her. From there, he alleges that she sent him various scandalous selfies, including a nude. Oh my goodness. For obvious reasons, social media users found little Hector's receipts pretty shocking. According to Tokyo Toni, however, he's lying. She took the Instagram live today to respond to the allegations, arguing that it would make no sense for her to send explicit content to someone she dislikes so much. Why would I send him naked pictures to someone that I despise and hate? She asked. I don't do naked. I'm gonna send him some naked pictures. Okay. I hope he enjoyed them though. Yeah, because that means you've been wanting to see me. That means you went somewhere in the archives. But how could he go in the archives to get something that you never do? Little twin Hector responded to Tokyo's claims on his Instagram story, insinuating that she's only denying his story because she got caught. He said the B just ain't never been put in her place to now, he wrote. She know I don't play. What do you think of Black Chyna's ex, Little Twin, accusing Toni of sending him news and this whole entire messy, disgusting, terrible situation? Good gosh, dear mama. Leo, what are your thoughts?
Thank God she ain't my mama. Lord have mercy. God bless Angela White, aka Black Chyna. We can see you can see the reason why she was on the path that she was on earlier in her life, dealing with these men. Because look at who her mama was, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Her mama, her mother, though. I'm appalled. I'm disgusted. But I'm not shocked because I believe him. I believe that's what she did. She scrambled and got on Instagram and said, no, I didn't do that. How would I do that how would I send pictures to somebody I hate and despise? Woo, woo, woo. I mean, you protest too much. You really not actually upset about the fact that that's what you did. You upset about the fact that he put it out there that is exactly who you are.
Right.
That's exactly who you are. You've been running behind Angela White, aka Black Chyna, for years.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted it. You wanted the recognition. You wanted the stardom. You wanted to be recognized in these streets. And look, if she would have took better care of herself, she is a beautiful woman. Like, yes. She has a body. If she would have took better care of herself, if she wasn't so hood righteous, but that's who she is. That's who she is. I have no doubt that this is what happened.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like, again, I am so glad God blessed me with the parents that they ain't perfect, but they ain't doing that.
Woo! She doing the most. She doing the most. Tori, I appreciate you and I love you for being a member for 15 months. She said peace and blessings, Diva, panel, and chat. Thank you so much, Toria. Thank you so much. All right. In my opinion, you're up.
I don't know where we're getting this fascination of calling her a mama, but that ain't a mama, dog. That ain't. I'm telling you, that ain't. I don't know what that is. I've seen animals treat their children better than Toni treats Black Chyna. Oh baby. I'm gonna pray for her. Ooh.
It's sad. It's sad, and she loves her mother so much. I'm gonna pull up later. I gotta just find it again. Where initially he was telling the mother when he was still with Angela White, he was telling the mother. He said, "Your daughter loves you so much. She wants nothing but the best for you. Like, what are you doing?" Felicia, you're up.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I feel a lot about this situation. It's Friday. I don't think folks really want to go there. It just breaks my spirit to see Tokyo doing this. How damaged is she that at this point there's nothing left? You know, I'm listening to Leo say, "Well, yeah, she got a body." What are you talking about? What are you saying, Leo? I mean, really, because clearly that's not getting her what it used to get her. So does she want to embarrass her daughter even more? What is the goal here? Are you trying to break your daughter to the point where she don't want to be here no more? Do you want to dishonor your grandchildren so they don't want to associate with you anymore? I had an opportunity to speak a little privately about this. And so, I didn't pray up for this show because I didn't realize I would really have to. But I'm going to say to my younger sisters there, sometimes you have to sever the relationship of mother and daughter and see your mother as a woman and see her as she is and deal with that relationship as it is, and don't have expectations of what most people may consider what a mother should be. This is so damaging and so hurtful. I don't know if she's going to say that her account was hacked. I mean, thank God I don't know whether or not she took any naked pictures. I wouldn't want to see any. I wouldn't want anybody sending anything like that to me.
Yeah.
And we wonder why the family got to have NDAs. This is why. This unpredictable, unstable, debauchery behavior that is just hurtful to the entire family. I'm just sorrowfully sickened by it. And I'm really sad.
Yeah, thank you, Felicia. I appreciate you. K&J, thank you so much for the super chat. Said thank you, Diva and panel. I always enjoy the show. Blessings to y'all all, to you all in 2024, and blessings right back to all of y'all and you, K&J. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Tay, you're up.
A mother always put her child first, no matter how bad or good, and you just gonna do that to your own daughter because you are jealous because she's young and she's beautiful, she got talented, and you gonna do that to her. If I was Chyna, I would disconnect myself from her because she is too much trouble. And I just don't want to be around a toxic mother like that. I need a mother who be there for me, protect me, put me first, and everything like a mother should supposed to do as usual. That's my thought right there.
Tay, thank you. I appreciate you. We connecting with Felicia there. She said, and I think in my opinion said it too. Disconnect. Ooh. Wayne, you're up.
Yeah, I'm really not surprised that this lady doing that. I don't know much about them, but the few things I have seen on the internet about, I think Tokyo, some of the vile things saw her do online, I wouldn't put this past her. I mean, it's sad. I mean, how low do you stoop? So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised she would do that. That's my thoughts on that.
Thank you so much. Whew, oh my God. Q.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, she totally needs to go no contact with her mother, and maybe she has tried that at times. I wonder if Toni, and I hate to call a grown woman that, Miss Jones, I think her last name is Jones. I wonder if she is a narcissist. And the thing about having a narcissistic parent, and you got to think about if this woman, we're coming to know her now, but this woman grew up with her. Blac Chyna grew up with her. And so the impact of that over the years has just already caused so much damage emotionally and psychologically on her. She might even be numb at this point, or sometimes people get used to things that they never should have had to get used to. But I wonder if she's a narcissist, because the thing about a narcissist, if you've ever had the misfortune of dealing with one, you know that they don't think they're doing anything wrong. They're not the problem. You are the problem. And they will never acknowledge it because they don't have the capacity to. and they don't see the impact that their actions are having because they lack the capability to be empathetic at all. It's a complete disconnect that's not there. And I'm not using this to give her an excuse. I'm not saying that she should be using that as an excuse because, of course, a narcissist would never admit that they were one anyway. But if by chance she did have a narcissistic mother, this might just be what it looks like at this point because it's just gone unchecked for all these years.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. E, you're up.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Tokyo Toni is a former exotic dancer. And she danced while Angela was growing up. And Tokyo didn't have a normal mother daughter relationship with Angela. Tokyo raised Angela like she was her little sister. And I only mention this because there are a lot of things that come with stripping for money. I mean, just lack of trust in men, lack of trust in women, um, being money motivated at all times, and social anxiety potentially developing. And I would never say that any daughter deserves to be raised or conditioned by a woman carrying this much brokenness and with this many burdens. But I do think it must be acknowledged because this was Angela's starting place. And not only are we being raised by a mother who is in survival mode and doing what she can for money, which can, it's lots of dangers around, but also there's a mental element at play as well. And so, bringing all of that forward, we know that, or we can infer that the man has produced receipts. So he's probably telling the truth 9 times out of 10. The fact that she vehemently denied it either attests to, because I know she admitted to doing cocaine before. I saw an article about that a while ago. Maybe she truly does not remember, or she's just going to carry on like the men do. Deny, 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 deny. My only question is, because Angela has been with so many men, I'm not gonna say that, oh, this was the love of Angela's life, whatever. I understand boundaries were broken. My question is, what made him want to talk about that now and bring that to the public? Diva, I may have missed that. Did you say why he brought that out now?
So what happened was, for whatever reason, Tokyo Toni just kept talking about him, but in a bad way, wherever she would go and do interviews or whatever the case may be. And so he just said, he kept it light initially. He just said, it's funny, how she was talking about him or whatever the case may be, being that he knew she was up in the DMs. So she kept running his mouth. And then when he said something without receipts, the people called him pretty much a liar. Because he did mention, for the woman that was up in my DMs, it's funny how badly she's talking about me now. And then he circled back and he gave the receipts. And so then she got herself in a bunch. But for whatever reason, she was talking about him really bad.
Well, that's why I believe it's something else at play. Because if you're talking this much stuff, basically you're poking the bear. You forgot to delete those messages, didn't you? So either she truly did not remember, or she forgot all about it. But I think from watching the show, because I saw that episode of her, I think they had a show on, it was either Zeus or they had some show on E, and Tokyo Toni let it be known that she was very upset with Angela for not paying for her car and so and so and so. And I just think she's money motivated. I don't think she sees Angela as a daughter, but oddly enough, I think she sees the grandchildren as her grandchildren. I believe that, and I believe she wants to be involved, but I don't think she has that motherly attachment to Angela. And last thing, I think that not only is she money motivated, I think she's attention seeking, and I think she wants to be acknowledged as having created
Black Chyna. And this came from me, and she wants all of the perks that come with that, but she doesn't want the emotional responsibility to go along with that. You know what I mean?
No, I do.
And it's a sad situation, and these two will never have a normal mother-daughter relationship. But I do hope that she will clean up her act a little bit, because she has grandchildren, and it's not too late for her to be the best grandmother she can be. She can't be the best mother she can be, because that train has left the station. But it's never too late for her to be a grandmother, especially to that baby dream.
Not to dream. Julius, you're up.
She is a headache. And yeah, she is a headache. And I am going to agree with E when it comes to her entirely. And I yield back.
Thank you. Katrina, you're in the building. You made it in. What's up? You on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I think that she got the roles reversed. I think she's thinking she's the daughter and Black Chyna's the mama because of all the situations that they've been through. Because no mother is going to act like well, you do have some mothers that act psychotic. But like she was saying a few minutes ago, yeah, she got mad because Black Chyna wouldn't find her a place to stay. This girl helped her over and over again. And the thing of it is, Black Chyna gonna have to distance herself from her because she's trying to change her life and not be with all that toxicity. Can't get the word out. But if Tokyo Toni keep going around and doing everything, blasting her on the internet, saying this, she's a devil worshiper, she's an Illuminati. If your child and all that type of stuff, why you want to be around your child anyway? You want to be around your child for a reason, for money purposes, like the person said, the one is in the strip club, they want all the attention. When the attention go to the other girls, they get mad. See, now Black Chyna became a stripper, so she probably was getting all the money and getting all the attention. So she's mad about that. So the thing of it is, she just need to, if she's changing her life around, she just need to focus herself away and move away. I mean, sometimes it hurts, but to have your mother doing all this to you, that hurts even more. So sometimes you have to take yourself away from the pain, or the pain keep going to dwell and inwelled into your body, and that's gonna make you sicker. Sometimes you have toxicity in your body, you get sick. You don't even know what you're sick from, but you're sick from all the stress. So sometimes you just need to separate yourself from that.
Woo! Y'all said a lot.
Can I say something, Diva?
Of course, of course.
So I understand that Black Chyna, Angela White, needs to distance herself from this toxicity of her mother, who has never actually treated her as a daughter. But I understand it, but in my experience, and only in my experience, I can't speak on others' experience, that's really, really hard to do. I think Angela has spent a lot of time distancing herself from her mother. Like, she has distanced herself from her mother many, many times. It just doesn't change the fact that that's the mama she got. That's the mama that she has. And I don't think this is the first time Tokyo Toni has sent pictures to a boyfriend or whatever. I really think that Tokyo Toni is just mad because this little nobody, because I don't even know who this dude is. He might be somebody very popular in the young generation. I don't know him. But the fact that he didn't respond, or she didn't get the response that she wanted, and she's very upset because how you got so much verbiage for a hatred of an ex-boyfriend of your daughter? Like, they ain't married, they ain't got no kids together. Like, what you so mad about?
Right.
So yeah, so it is. I feel deeply for the fact that this woman has a mother that is this toxic, that has brought this much drama and pain into her life. But I'm gonna go with Q. She don't know no different. Angela White knows no different of Tokyo Toni, because Tokyo Toni has been this disaster her whole life. But that's the one mama she got. And I'm going to tell you, if something happens to Tokyo Toni and she fall out and something happened, the person that's going to be the most upset is Angela.
Yeah.
Even with all the ugliness this woman has brought to her life. And that's what she deals with. Because it's, you know, she on the substances. You see her puffing in the video.
Yeah.
So that's just the puffing. Just imagine all the other substances she probably doing.
Yeah. Oh.
So God bless them.
Mm-hmm.
I wish them the best.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God that ain't my mama.
That part. Oh, good gosh.
Yeah,
All right.
Call her mama. That ain't a mama. That's a hoe. Oh, excuse me, Steve. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's so sad because her mother constantly is on the internet with the shenanigans. With the shenanigans.
Adiba, if I may, you know, when you were playing that recording, honestly, I swear to you, Kiki's mama came right back to me. It seems to be some kind of pattern out here with these older women who are coming to the close of, let's say, their youthfulness, or, you know, their sexuality or their desirability, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And they have daughters who are beautiful and talented and funny and loving and caring, and they have a certain light on them. And they themselves maybe always hungered for it or didn't, or they're angry that it's on the way out. Because the way Ms. Jones, thank you, Q, presented herself in that clip, it was almost the same energy as Kiki's mother.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very hard for people to suffer any kind of relationship. And it's tremendously difficult to separate from a mother or father relationship, whether you know them or not. You're always looking and desiring a perfect relationship, that mother image, that father image. But on the back end, they can be as toxic, dangerous, deadly to you and your family, your children. And yes, it's hard to say, you know what, my father, my mother, so bad, so hurtful, harmful to me. I've had to give myself permission to live without them. And when you verbalize something like that, you are put someplace in a corner. You're wrong. How could you? Because we revere mother and we put that endearment on father. But so many of them have not earned it. So many don't deserve it. So I don't want to be the one on this panel that says, that's your mother, though. I say, if you got to walk to live, then you walk. If you have to step away and just be gone for a long time, please do that. And by all means, love and protect your children. I don't know if this mother is taking any substances. I don't know what she does, but she's not going to be with my children alone. I could tell you that. And be damned with whoever don't like it. She didn't protect me, and she's not going to protect them.
Oh.
So for those of you who are quietly feeling a little different, who are not in that space of mommy dearest, I stand with you. And I pray for you that you find that space, that courage to distance yourself, take good care of yourself, and protect your children. And I stand with opinion, she a hoe.
Oh my God. Whew. Well, there it is, people. But I did like that. Walk away to protect your peace. Angela's trying to come up from the ashes, so to speak. And when she peeks out from the ashes, her mother comes and dumps a whole big bucket right back on her.
Her mother is her anchor in the debauchery. Her mother is her anchor. And it's sad, but it's true.
Woo, woo, woo. Well, y'all heard that right there. And maybe it penetrated somebody. Yeah, the time comes where enough is enough. All right, people. It's trending topics. Dear Mama. We're moving on from Tokyo Toni. And I'm going to move on to Teyana Taylor. And a lot of people, they want to bop me upside the head, throw tomatoes when I say that, you know what, we got to deal with the person we chose. I'm going to respectfully say this. How do you lay down and have kid number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you know the man is a hot mess? According to your own words, not our judgment. When she first broke up with her husband, or we heard some sprinklings on the street, their favorite line is, they have similar lines, the celebrities. And the line was, mind your business. Y'all out here saying my man cheated on me. He never cheated. She said infidelity was never the problem. So this is what I have a problem with. You tell the truth selectively. So when are we supposed to believe the words that come out of your mouth? She first came out, Teyana Taylor, and told us this man never cheated. Infidelity was not the reason why they was breaking up, even though there was video with him with some other chick and the chain around the neck, and he was close up on this chick. No married man should be close up on some other chick. But hey, she told us don't believe what our eyes saw. There was no infidelity. Then later on, she came back when she filed for the divorce, say he cheated all the time, pretty much. I'm paraphrasing, but this was now her words are different. In the court document, she called him a cheater, no good husband, left her and the kids in a home that's under construction, and he living the life of luxury. Now she's saying she wants full custody of these kids because he's a no good daddy. Your words matter, people. Because you think those words not going to come back to bite her. When do we believe the words that are coming out your mouth? Should we have believed you then, or do we supposed to believe you now? Watch what you say. Now, let me just bring up the screen here. We get a little bit into this article here. It's the lies these people tell. And then they want us in their corner. But what we supposed to believe? So Tiana tells us Iman's a bad dad. He's high while he's caring for our kids. Tiana Teller says Iman Shumpert ignores the safety of their children when they are in his care, accusing him of smoking weed and being under the influence when he's with them. He's never been under the influence before when they was together. I'm just checking. The singer takes some shot at the former NBA players' parenting skills and new legal docs from their nasty divorce, and Tiana's not pulling any punches. According to the docs obtained by TMZ, Tiana claims Iman consistently fails to properly care for their 2 kiddos, accusing him of failing to feed them despite being in the family home. What's more, Tiana says Iman smokes marijuana and around the kids and is sometimes under the influence when caring for them. In one instance, Tiana claims Iman put the kids in a rideshare in Chicago and had them dropped off at a United Center alone while he had a private driver take him to the arena. Add it all up, and Tiana claims Iman consistently demonstrates a clear disregard for the safety of their minor children. As we first told you, Iman denied Tiana's claim that he made her feel in danger when she was with him. And now she's saying he's putting their kids in danger. First she said he put me in danger. Now she's saying he's a bad dad. Tenant condones or promotes daughter being very disrespectful to dad. Whew. Tiana, I think she's saying. Okay. Leo, you're up. Dear mama, what about Tiana?
Okay, me diving for the I'm doing laundry at the same time, y'all.
I'm mad at you. I'm not mad.
Okay, so Tiana, I'm gonna say this right. She did tell us lies. She did do a lot of covering about what was going on in their relationship. She did tell us to mind our business.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like she was doing the best at the time she could for it not to become explosive. Mm-hmm. All the things was true at the time. Yes, he was stepping out. Now she want to come through with this stuff about the kids. And I seen an article about how he's supposed to be taking the kids to school, and he would get a ride share or something and have the kids ushered off to school unprotected while he sit in the car and do his substances, get his smoke on, and he got the kids in an Uber. Like, but he always been this dude.
Uh-huh.
He always been this dude. I think that she got tired of upholding the image that they put out as this ideal family.
Come on now, right?
It became a heavy burden for her to continually carry that burden. And along with that, him being upset about her success. So she had to deal with his sly mouth about how she is successful and the things that she got going on, and she need to be there for them kids. Mm-hmm. But then when she do take a stand and say, hey, look, I'm bringing in some coins, so I'm going to go handle this business over here. I need for you to look out for the kids. He halfway doing that. At the same time, all these things are existing in the same space. Mm-hmm. At the same time, she got this image of these photos on Essence and the photos on the internet.
Come on now.
Oh, them looking like this perfect family. It became too much. Even when they separated, she's still trying to uphold the image of them being this perfect. Oh, no. Infidelity was never the problem. So get out my business. That ain't what we're doing here.
She said, go back to your regular day. Go ahead now.
So that's the thing that I think that has burdened her. And then now she want to talk about, I don't know who her attorneys are. I don't know who her people are. Mm-hmm. But she don't need to come through with what a terrible parent he was when it comes to the kids. Stick to the line that you was with before. It's not working. I'm ready to go. I need to do what I need to do for the things that exist between those two. Mm-hmm. Get the kids out of it. You chose him. You was married to him for 7 years. You had 2 babies with him. Now you want to talk about what a horrible parent he is. Miss us with that. Miss us with that.
Yeah.
That's right. You can't keep living a whole lie. Keep it in what y'all had going on. Mm-hmm. Keep that in what y'all had going on. I was living a lie. Tell the truth. Shame the devil.
No, shoot.
Just tell the truth. I was living a lie. That's not the type of family that we had. But now I'm no longer available to keep the lie going.
That part.
This stuff about that's what's going on with the kids. You're hurting your family. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't know who her attorneys are. I don't know who's advising her, but that's a bad look.
Bad look.
You've been with him too long to not try to talk about a bad. And I'm not saying he didn't do these things. I'm not saying he didn't do them. I'm just saying that that's not the particular look you want to talk about within your marriage to a man that you had 2 babies with. And them children are gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
You don't need to do that. Mm-hmm. To keep to your relationship no longer working with him.
Right. Right. Ooh. Thank you, Leo. In my opinion,
Okay, Diva.
Oh.
So here's the thing. Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
I wish people would stop trying to tell us what we see. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Because here it is. Y'all not had not one reality show. Y'all had two. And the last one was in 2021. And y'all was so in love.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all was putting up this image. Your first daughter is 8. And your second one is 3. He wasn't a bad dad then.
Oh.
He wasn't smoking the substance then.
Mm.
You weren't able to leave him with him then.
Oh shoot.
Like, we got to make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. The person you end the relationship with is not the person you begin that relationship with.
Come on now, tell it.
And you best believe if they can damage you, they will. Because hurt people hurt people.
Uh-huh.
If he was good enough to be a dad when you was laying there with him for 10 years,
Oh my
he's good
God.
enough to be a dad now.
Whew. Well, there you, and then there's that. And then there's that. Priscilla, thank you so much for the super chat. She said, my grandson wants me to tell Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. He says hi. Tell him I said hi back. Always interrupt him while I'm on here. 12 years old. Listen, much love. Thank you so much. Felicia, you're up.
Listen, I made a promise, and I'm an honorable woman. I stay true to my word. I said I would have no comment on Miss Taylor tonight.
Okay.
And I thank you for that.
All right, I appreciate you. Julius, you're up.
I'm minding my business. I'm staying out the group chat. I yield back the rest of my time.
I hear you. Tay, you're up.
You're the one lay with him, and you gonna stick with him for the next 18 years and another 18 years. I'm with Julie. I'm mind my own business too.
Well, boom, there it is. I believe, let me see, where am I at? Hold on one second. Let me get my screen right. Q, you up?
Hello. I'll just say this. You know, we found out, 6 months or so ago that Will and Jada, one of those other hashtag relationship goals in that kingdom, we found out they had been separated for nearly a decade.
Right. Oh, shoot. Woo.
Right. So they are not the only ones playing that game and want to be seen that way. It's just that came out the way it did because, you know, Jada made that choice to reveal that. So we don't know how long these people have been playing this game, and that probably actually comes with additional pressure when you are like hashtag relationship goals for people. Like maybe they somehow see their relationship not going well as a personal failure. Like people who've been through divorce that I know personally, one of the hardest things that they deal with on the front end is feeling like they fail, like it's some type of personal failure. So I don't know. I think there's just a pressure to try to uphold something. Maybe they felt like, or she felt like, you have to prove to the world that we can stay together, because we're also in that coming out of the end of that whole, you know, ride or die, struggle, love, me against the world, us against the world type of relationships too. So I think some of that stuff could be at play, and maybe she was not wanting to let people in because she felt like it said something about her that this was happening. And unfortunately, oftentimes women are blamed for things like this. You know, I know some folks who have been married to very high profile people and they end up leaving them. And then one of the things that they may hear was, well, you could have been doing this or that if you had stayed with them. You know, so there's kind of like a pressure sometimes when women are in the public eye or married to a public figure. even if that person is like a doctor or an engineer or
That's
an
true.
influencer.
Yes.
Yeah, they do that. So yeah, I think it's all of that stuff is wrapped up together, and we're in this era of truth. Cat Williams kicked us off with truth at the beginning of this year, and I think just more and more people hopefully will feel free coming out with this stuff and not see it as a personal failure. This is just how this happened, but they could still hopefully get to a point where they could be great co-parents, but they're not going to be there right now because it's not safe based on what we have learned for those kids to be with him alone. So that's something to be concerned about.
Oh, what is that? Okay, thank you, Q. E, you're up.
Hey, so I'm going to try to say this nicely. He's been cheating. The rumors have been out there. And the fact that she didn't want to tell us in the beginning and she lied to protect him, she was sacrificing her integrity, credibility, and the weight of her good name to make this man look good. Okay? Like a lot of women have done. And so, when we say what doesn't make her look good, it hasn't been looking good for a while. But everything can be turned around because it's not too late for this woman. Here is my mindset. I don't care if I got with a drug snorting, bank robbing, controlling, name calling man that looked like Idris Elba II and he was a Libra moon and Gemini rising. I don't care if I birthed 2 kids for him or 15. I have the right. No, every woman has the right to wake up out of love and say, hey, I deserve better. Every woman has the right to say that. And every mother has the right to say, I knew you smoked weed. Yes. I knew you were not that great of a dad. Yes. But now I'm standing up and I'm saying no more. Every woman has a breaking point, and nobody has the right to hold her feet to the fire of bad decisions and say that she has to continue operating under bad pretenses just because that's the way it started. Everything has an expiration date, including baby daddies. And it's time to renegotiate these terms and conditions. And that includes this custody arrangement, period. We're not going to say her calling his bad behavior out is not a good look for her. It's a great look. It's a great look. And when we say that we need to stop living a lie, when she finally tells the truth, people are still mad. It's a no-win for women when we're coming out of these relationships. And that's just 100. Women will not keep carrying the embarrassment of a Black man who wants to neglect his children and smoke weed all day. I wouldn't even give a damn if she smoked it with him in the beginning. It was good when it lasted, but it's not anymore. And we will not hold women hostage to their own bad decisions. Everybody has a right to wake up and choose better, and that's what she's doing. I ain't mad at it. Go, Tiana, go.
Whew, good God. Hey, Mims. Let's see. You live and learn. She will do better moving forward. E has spoken. Okay. Katrina, you up?
Okay. Is he only smoking weed? Because most likely, if he been smoking weed all this time, he wouldn't be having that effect. Because I've seen people smoke weed and go out and do the job, go do everything they supposed to do, live their life like nothing happened. And the thing of it is, I feel like this: if these people would stop putting their business out in the first place, then they wouldn't have to worry about people coming back and condescending what they said before they put that out. See, if you keep your business to yourself, don't nobody know what else going on. But when you want to put your business out there and then you want to change it, that's even though, like she said, she realized she made a mistake or whatsoever. But if you never put it out there, well, nobody never had a reason to second guess you. And I'm not saying that she's, that what she said was true before whatsoever. She's trying to hold up the Black man image. But sometimes you have to hold up your own image. And like I said, if you didn't put your business out there, wouldn't nobody know your business. And the statement that you made the last, that could have been a statement that everybody would be going on. They wouldn't been going back saying, oh, she said he wasn't this, he loved him whatsoever. See, now you got two stories out. So it's now, instead of her having a head and a tail, she got two heads on a coin. And people don't know which way to flip it because of the story, the image that you put out in the first place.
Ooh. Oh. Oh. Receipts, proof, timeline, and screenshots. They said speak, E. Oh, good gosh, good gosh, good gosh. I'm coming to you, where am I? I'm coming to you, Wayne. I will say this. The baby daddy has the right to be in these kids' life the rest of their lives, just like mama does. And I'm going to also say this out there too. There's a lot of kids. I don't do even for myself the Uber and the Lyft. But there's a lot of families that put their kids in the Uber and the Lyfts because they feel they could track them on this right here. I'm just trying to keep the truth in the building too. A lot of kids are in these.
Not only in the lift, they sit them on airplanes by themselves. So.
You come on, Katrina. Oh my God, you better tell the truth now.
They do. They send them on airplanes by themselves. You know, the person's supposed to stay with them till they get on the flight. But when I go through the airport, I see a lot of kids traveling by themselves. So that's not the only thing they're doing. Uber and Lyft, they put them on planes by themselves.
Oh, Wayne, you're in the building.
I'm gonna pass on this because I don't really know too much about Tiana Taylor. But I flew my grandson for years, never had a problem.
By himself, because they get I forgot what you call it when you're on the plane at a certain age.
They call unaccompanied minors.
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
And they wear a tag around the neck with all information on it. And they usually sit where the flight attendants. They're not sitting next to some, in an inappropriate place. They're right there where the flight attendants can attend to them. And they handle them. And it's a pass off. The flight attendant to the gate agent, and the parent has to be there with ID to match.
That's right. Go ahead, tell it where the plane lands.
But sometimes parents have to do that,
Right.
But I never had a problem, and I handled unaccompanied minors all the time at the airport.
Yeah, so so the Uber, it sounds sensational.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Of course you can.
Listen here. There's a large sum of people that are raised with just the mama. And those kids need both parents if they can be in their life and if they want to be there. If there is a safety concern, then let's work this out the right way. But let's be clear. Don't act like there ain't some women out here that when they leave this man, they so angry that they gonna get them back. You ain't gonna see my kids no more. They not just your kids. That daddy has a right to those kids too. And if he's able-bodied and physically and emotionally ready to take care of his kids, he should have a place in their life. Should be somebody that comes in and look at both of their parenting skills and see if both of them is emotionally ready to take care of those kids. They should do that automatically to make sure the kids are safe, because in this situation, the kids are the ones that's going to suffer because the parents decided that they was going to split. Now, I'm not saying neither one of them is the perfect parent, but I'm just saying in these court systems, they need to put somebody in place to check out both households to make sure those kids are going to be safe in both households, because those kids need both their parents in their lives.
Come on now.
Can I say something too?
Of course you can.
So I agree. I think for me, where I kind of get hesitant is most times that this is just my personal experience, so this may be hitting me in a blind spot. But whenever it's time to talk about custody, I feel like a lot of people come to the man's defense and say kids need both the parents. And in essence, they do. That's the way that nature designed it for us humans. You need the mother and you need the father. Otherwise, we would not have this baby. I agree with that to a certain degree, but I'm also channeling something that Felicia said earlier. If we have parents who we did not choose per se, this is just what we ended up with, and they don't have our best interest at heart, sometimes we have to make a decision and say, I need to put me first. I need to love me better. And I'm paraphrasing. And I only say that because when somebody goes to when they try to protect your name in public and they're trying to protect the children as much as they can and keep this information out of the public, and then you have somebody like Iman that says, nope, I'm going to make it public. Let's put it all out there. Let everybody know what's going on. He's not putting the interests of his children first. And I would challenge anybody who thinks that smoking weed all day, every day is a healthy environment for children to be in. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's right for young children to be around somebody that's just smoking weed all day, every day in the house, and you putting this baby in the Uber. You can smoke weed, but you can't get up and drive your baby to school with all them cars you got that we saw on TV. No, 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 no. And I really do think that if it wasn't as bad as she said it is, for her to come out and say that he wasn't cheating and to make him seem like this great guy, she wouldn't be trying to keep those babies away from him. If he were to say right now, I'll stop smoking and I won't do that around the children and I won't put them in an Uber unsupervised, I bet you she'll let him see those kids. Stop violating the terms and conditions of my comfort level with my children when they are in your care. Yes, they're your kids too, but you're not thinking clearly. How do I know you're not thinking clearly? Because you're under the influence.
And how long does it take you to know he's not no good?
Well, that's what the mother said. I'm only going by what the mother said.
There's a 5-year age difference from baby 1 and baby 2. So how many years does it take you to learn what a person is? We gotta stop laying down with these sorry ass men and then expecting them to change. That's what I'm saying. Protect your
but I got that.
Your pocketbook is valuable. You don't just give that away. And if that man don't deserve your respect, then I'm dang sure ain't finna have another baby by you.
Well, she didn't have 3, so she stopped at 2. So she did wake up at some point, and she's still waking up, which is why she's getting a divorce and trying to put things in place as far as the custody. Here's the thing. We can't say you need to wake up and make better decisions, and then when people finally do make better decisions, we still harp on them and say, well, you should have did it before now. No, no, no. She's taking measures to ensure that her girls see what a healthy representation of what love and manhood look like. And we're still beating her down for making bad decisions. How is, when she's trying to change her life and do something better for her girls, why are we still saying, well, you shouldn't have had the second baby? No, it's too late for that. We can't put the spilt milk back in the carton.
Whoa. Let me say this. What we can't do either is we can't decide at the 11th hour because we are breaking up that everything that this man does in his life that he was doing from the day you met him in the whole entire relationship, that now he can't be a father.
Yeah, we can. There are lots of women who don't want their children to be around men smoking weed. Jeannie Ma, Tiana Taylor, and me. Don't smoke around my baby. I have every right to say that. I don't care if you were smoking since you were 13 years old. Don't smoke around my baby. Thanks.
So you never thought he smoked in that house when they were still together?
Even if he did, I have the right to wake up out of love and say, no more. I have the right to choose better. That's my right.
Okay. It definitely is your right, but we're going to see how this is going to go down in the court, right? And so you think, so let's just say this, so you think she never smoked any weed?
Even if she did, she's choosing better now. Because if she said, don't smoke around my babies, I guarantee you we won't be able to test her smoking weed right now. I would pay money. I don't think Tiana will be caught with a negative weed test after putting this in the court documents. I don't think so. I don't care if she started smoking. I don't care if she smoked when she was pregnant. She's changing. When you go through a divorce, you're changing. trying
So
to make
at
a better
best,
decision.
so at best, you don't think he shouldn't get the opportunity to change also, so that he can still see his kids?
Well, he can change right now. Tell us. Let's get him on the line. Come on, let's get him on the diva train. Iman, when the last time you smoked some? Because somebody in the comments said that he was high on their first date. If you scroll back up, so they know that he's been high for a long time.
And so, in my opinion's word, you had baby one, then baby two, and now all of a sudden, when y'all broken up, now you want to say he's horrible.
10 years later,
so I gotta let my baby smoke too then?
Your baby been smoking. Your baby was smoking in urinal when he was sitting there puffing in your face. When he was sitting there puffing in your face while you was pregnant.
Then let's send the babies to Snoop Dogg houses. We gonna stop caring about the babies, and they gotta still be conditioned.
We care about the babies, but you know what though? What we care about more is people really waking up and making better decisions. So you sat there with this man all the time, and you allowed all of this. She's no longer allowing it, right? Because she's getting a divorce. But what you can't do is now want to police the kids like Jeannie Mai and say, no. You don't want me, then you're not going to see your kids. You didn't do by me, you're not going to see your kids. She was living in that house under construction way before they broke up. And now she want to talk about he over there living in a penthouse and we in a house under construction. This man been doing you dirty.
But the only way we can say that this is being used as a method of keeping him away from the children is if the men come out and say, I never smoked. If Jeezy came out and said, all of my weapons are locked up, I never smoked. If they can produce a negative test, then I can say, okay, well, she's lying on them. If they can't prove that these women are lying on them, that they're putting these babies in unsafe predicaments, then blanketing these women and saying they're just doing this to keep these men out of the kids' life and to control them, that is just a false narrative that men have come up with just to make the woman look bad and to boost up their own image. I'm not going for it.
But this is my thing, though, E. My thing is that if their relationship was still working out the way she needed it to work out, whether or not he was smoking or not would not even be an issue. It would not even be an issue. She would still be in that relationship. She's not divorcing him because of the fact that he has smoked weed. That's not the issue. Even with Jeannie Mai, if that man wouldn't have put in divorce papers in front of her face, she'd have still been living with him, even though he had the pow-pows in the house.
Come on. You better talk tonight. It's Friday night, people. You better talk, Leo.
So that's my thing. My thing is you accepted it. It was okay until it didn't work for you.
Yes, and now that it doesn't work, I have the right to say, no, this needs to change. I have that right.
Well, you know what? We're going to move on. It is what it is. Best wishes to Teyana Taylor. But I bet you that the judge is going to hit the gavel and say that man can still see his kids. They may put some
supervised visits and drug test them every 30 days, Judge.
Okay. There may be some constraints on it, but he's going to get to see his kids. You never win when you play dirty. You got to figure out a way to do this thing. And I think right now, though, too, because you could tell it's a money game, too. To get 100% custody almost, and then she has to get all this child support from him. Listen, it's a lot going on. There's a lot of dynamics in this. We're going to stay close to the story, and I wish her the best. But
another thing, Diva,
yes,
we basically becoming legal in every state anyway.
Yeah, ain't it though?
Sadly,
so the judge go against that. I'm just saying, if the judge go against that, I mean, if you go to a state, and I say Colorado, which we know is legal there. So if I'm smoking there in my house with my kids, which I don't smoke, I'm just saying in general, I don't smoke whatsoever. So they're gonna come in and take my children because I'm smoking in my house, but you told me it was legal.
Come on now. And where
Make
is
it make
he at?
sense.
Are they
Make it
out
make
there in
sense.
LA? Is it legal in
Yeah,
the
they
LA?
in LA.
Is it legal out there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
with
legal out
Snoop
there.
Dogg. Yes, it's
Yes,
legal in LA. Yes,
So
very
what is
much so.
so Tiana's saying what?
because he's smoking
Well,
around. Was
alcohol
Snoop Dogg
is legal
smoking?
too.
Yes, Snoop Dogg smoked around his children for how many years?
That's wrong. Just because something is legal doesn't mean you get to indulge or overindulge in the presence of your children when you're supposed to be supervising them. Everything
Okay,
has
what about
limits.
cigarettes? Okay, what about cigarettes? What about
Don't
alcohol?
smoke
So you said,
cigarettes.
okay, hold on. You saying that okay, weed and stuff is indulgent whatsoever, but think about what the people got the government now allowing 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds to buy guns. What's gonna kill them quicker? Alcohol, cigarettes, or a
You
gun?
can't say that. You got to say pow pow.
A
I mean, apologies, pop
combination of
out.
all
Sorry,
of
sorry,
it.
sorry. Pop out. But I'm saying, but
It's a
that's the way the
combination
government
of
got it
all of
going.
it.
It's a combination of all of it, but you can't blame the people. You have to blame the government because they're the one that's making it
No.
legal.
As a
Okay.
parent, you have the right to choose what your child is involved with. And if you and your partner, who you lay down and had the baby with, can come to an agreement without the courts, that's excellent. But if we have to go to the courts and I have to put things in place and I have to demonstrate that you are unfit and you have put our children in harm's way while you have been under the influence, I have every right to nail you to the cross for it until you agree or we can
Okay,
compromise in some sort of way.
but how did he put his kids in danger by sending them in an Uber? If anything, he was looking out for the kids, let people know that he couldn't drive because he was under the influence. I would rather for
If
him to
you
put my
couldn't
child in an
drive,
Uber so my kids
baby,
can get there safely.
if you couldn't drive, then you couldn't fix my baby food either. You couldn't get them dressed either. If you're that inebriated, you can't drive my kids to school. What else can't you do for them?
Well, obviously he must have been pretty sober. They got dressed and went and got in the Uber.
No,
And I'm
please.
saying
House property
I
was
would rather
filthy.
for my kids if I put it this way, if I'm drinking at a bar or whatsoever and I can't drive, I would rather for somebody to call for a taxi or Uber or something else so I wouldn't have to get myself into my car to kill myself. And if I feel
But
that
you're
I
talking
can't drive,
about
I'm
a
gonna make sure
nightclub
that
after hours.
I mean,
You're
I'm not
talking
talking
about a
about a
nightclub
nightclub.
after hours with
You have people
adults.
drinking. No, you have people drinking all day. It's not no after hour clubs. You have people going to the bar. You have people going.
And that is unsafe. People who drink all day should
And
not
if they at the point
have
that in their mind that they can't
people
make it
who
home,
drink all
then you call me a
supervised.
Uber or you call me a taxi. That way, I know I got home safely and I didn't put myself or anybody else in harm's way.
Getting that
And
tipsy,
like they
you
said,
don't get
he's
that
been
tipsy
doing
on
this forever, and now you
no.
want to say that it's not good for my kids. It wasn't good for your kids from the get go. If that's how you
Right.
seen it,
So if you
if he was
acknowledge
doing
it's
it
not
before
good
now,
for
if
the
he was doing
children,
it now, he was doing it then. You should have put a
if
stop
you
to it
agree,
then when
but
he was
you just
smoking in the
said it's
house or
not good
smoking
for
around
the
your children.
children.
He's not just
But you
not
just
smoking
said it's
around your
not good for
children
the
because y'all
children.
getting divorced. He been smoking around the kids. You should have made
Okay,
that.
but
You should
stop
have
now.
made that point clear. Look, whatever we do, we don't need to smoke around these kids or whatsoever, and had it at that point. But you allowed it to happen, and so how you expect me to change it now when you let it happen while you were staying in the house with me?
I expected to change by going to the courts and doing what I'm doing right now. That's how I expected to change. You just said it
All
wasn't
right.
good when he was doing it then. So now we're
Let's
putting it to a stop
Leslie said the
because
train is
not
in the
good means
ditch.
not good.
Listen, Leslie said the train is in the ditch. I gotta pull it out the ditch and do a reverse and go to the next stop. But I will say, Special K, Katrina, listen, from day one, he's been doing the exact same things that he's doing now. Her complaint is the only difference is that they have broken up. And that's not a good enough reason to tell me I can't father my children. But we're gonna move forward, okay? And we're going to go to the last stop. And where am I? Is Nia Long? Is Nia Long? So you know, Nia Long, she's another one. She likes appearances. But you know what I think we're finding out? The entertainment industry is about appearances. You know, Q, until you said it, it didn't click to me. But you are right. For this a long time, Will and Jada was seen as the relationship goals. Survived in Hollywood for decades and still married. But in the meantime, Jada comes out and said, for 7 years, he ain't even called me his wife. wasn't really together. So it seems like anybody, these celebrities and many people will do anything for money, including keeping up false appearances. Will and Jada did it. It seems like now Tiana, her husband, did it. Nia Long was doing it. Nia Long was okay with her cheating man as long as nobody else knew. It almost reminds me of that song, Just Be Good to Me. I don't care about your other girls. Just be good to me. I feel like that's how they doing. So Nia Long, she knew that this man was a cheater. She knew when she flew out there. She knew when she allowed the engagement to last for decades that he was doing what he do. And she was okay with it until the public found out. Because once the public find out, come on, Special K, you got to move differently. You got to move differently if you want to. Okay? So because she was so mad. She was so mad at the Celtics for putting a business out in the street. She was more mad at them than she was mad at her man. So the whole time she was trying to make a decision, and she was so strapped by the fact that if I go back like I normally do, everybody's going to be looking at me like I'm a fool. So she left her man and she became angry with everybody but the person she should have been angry with, herself. Listen, people, you want to stay with your man? Do like Cardi B. I'm leaving. The next thing you know, she's staying. She back with him. Not our, listen, ain't our circus, that's yours. But in the end of the day, she got a 90-something% custody of her son, of their son together. And she's getting $32,500 a month in child support. She could have got more, but they settled with the 32. The kid is going to be with her most of the time because he travels a lot. But he will get to see his dad. So Nia Long will receive $32,500 a month from Iman Udoka in child support custody settlement. Nia Long and Iman have reportedly reached a settlement in their custody battle. Court documents stated by the blast revealed that the former couple will share joint custody of their 12-year-old son. The settlement reportedly states that because Udoka's monthly disposable income is almost $500,000, and their son lives with Long 95% of the time, the amount of child support would be $56,000. However, they settled on $32,500. They both agreed that number would work. That's Nia Long and her son, their son together. He has travel commitments as the head coach of the Houston Rockets, was also allegedly considered in the settlement. The minor will split his time 95% living with Long in Los Angeles, California, and the remaining 5% with Udoka as part of their reported timeshare agreement with the option of reasonable visitation. Other details in the blast report suggests that the Boys in the Hood actress will be in charge of decision-making authority in case of disagreements with advance notice to her ex-husband. He wasn't the ex-husband, though. To her ex, that should say, with the exception of routine and emergency medical matters. Late August, it was reported that Long had filed for primary custody of their son and claimed that Udoka was not providing sufficient support for their child. The initial filing included some visitation rights for the father. The couple had been together for 13 years until late 2022. Allegations of an affair between Udoka and a female team staffer during his time with the Boston Celtics played a role in the split. I had a really public breakup recently, Long said in a conversation with Jeezy on YouTube. It was a wake-up call for me in the sense of like, okay, you're going to do this on your own and you're going to be fine. And you're not going to worry about what anyone thinks and has to say. The relationship was rocky for a long time, she added. The relationship was rocky for a long time, she added out of her own mouth. I don't believe another person can break anyone up. In April, Udoka assumed the role of head coach for the Houston Rockets after his dismissal from the Celtics. Listen, she said out of her own mouth, the relationship was rocky for a long time. Okay? So that means that's why she never walked down the aisle. She knew this man was a cheater. Leo, you're up.
I don't hold this against Nia Long in this particular situation, right? When you publicly embarrass me, it's over. With a big O, it's over. Whatever she accepted that had been going on in their relationship before it became public, when it became public, it's over. Too bad for him. We are going to have to figure out how to co-parent. Yes, I do want my coin. At the same time, I'm not upset about that. Had she been a regular old girl, like all of us working our regular job, and we know our man out here doing his own thing, and if they accept it, not me, but if they accept it, but I'm going to say this. I have accepted back a cheater in my life, and I have regretted it. I have regretted it. So just because now it became public and now she's letting him go, she regretted taking him back all the other times that he cheated. Because she could have spared herself this public embarrassment. So yeah, he need to go. Yes, he does. And I ain't mad with her about it. Just because it happened publicly, yes, it did. Now he need to go. Too bad. Too sad. It is what it is. I am not upset with her for doing that. That is what she needed to do for her own peace, her own sanity, because publicly ain't like it used to be back in the day. Publicly back in the day, when you be in the trash rags and the Inquirer on the newsstand, but it ain't on the internet, it ain't on the blogs. All of this she had to suffer through with this man. So yeah, he need to go. I ain't mad about it at all. It is public, and now you publicly exposed. It's too bad. You have to go. We will figure out how to co-parent. And this thing about I saw on the TGIF, Al Renner said that she should have shut up and eat her food and kept her man, because she let the social media let her get rid of her man, because he make $450,000 a month. Okay. But Nia Long got her own coin. It may not look the same way as that, but she can get ready to go somewhere and be on the EBT. Like, I mean, it's amazing to me in our society of patriarchal how they decide a man, Al Reynolds, a man will decide a woman need to be quiet and accept what she got going on and keep her coin coming, because she did do the private jets and she was well taken care of when she was with him. And that probably did keep her with him for way longer than she should have been. He probably did give her the aesthetic of, I'm an A-lister and your money keeps me rolling in the A-list society, or once again holding up the image of this is what we got going on. So I mean, look, she made her decision. I am happy for her. I also understood within the Jeezy interview that she was pleasantly surprised that the community supported her. She did not know that's gorgeous. She did not know she had the love that she actually had from the community. So she got to see that as well. She got to also see that you are still Nia Long, girl. That people here for you. You still gonna be Nia Long to us forever and always, and you ain't gotta put up with that trash.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to put up with that trash. He your baby daddy, and I'm glad she got to see that she can move on. Look at her.
Gorgeous.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you ain't got to put up with that trash. You do not have to be publicly embarrassed. I will not put up with no fool publicly. I don't care if it's on the internet or if it's in my small community. I will not put up with some fool publicly embarrassing me.
Got it. I got it. It's a public embarrassment. Okay, got you. In my opinion, you're up.
First of all, I don't want nobody public or privately embarrassing me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like here's the thing. I'm not gonna go down on her because I ain't seen nowhere where she said she wanted to stay in it. I did see Al Reynolds and that pissed me off because let me tell you something. First of all, for you to be a man and say, "Oh, well, that black woman should have just sat there and ate her food." How dare you? Who told you you had the right to speak on this lady and what she do with her pocketbook? Okay, let me tell you something. Women have to learn to love yourself first, because a man can't give you something you ain't gave to yourself.
Oh, sure.
And when you love yourself, you will find that you will not take the trash that is out there. You will find somebody that's worthy of putting you on that pedestal that you already have yourself on. Let that man honor you. And if this man wanted to do what he did, which was slide out on her, he wasn't honoring her as the queen she is. So I need all of y'all to love yourself. Know that you are the prize. You are the meal ticket. You wear the crown. Don't let nobody tilt your crown just to adjust theirs. I'll be dang.
Oh my gosh. I hear that. Well, there you have it, in my opinion. Leo, you're up. I mean, not Leo. I meant to say Felicia, you're up.
Well, it's really nice. I love when you do this photo album with us and we see all these wonderful smiling faces. We're so happy. Oh God, we're in bliss.
Mm-hmm.
Our lives are so rich. We are so good. Yeah. And then we find out that you've been sleeping with a dog hole for a decade. The man screwing everything on the job. He's screwing everything on the way to the job. He's screwing everything out of town, in town, bringing you back who knows what.
Woo!
And you never, because I never heard a statement where she held him accountable. She said it was the Boston Celtics. She said it was that mayonnaise-looking woman in the office. It was that beige melanin-looking woman in the office. It was that personal assistant. It was never him. If you can find a statement, I would appreciate it, Diva, where she said he was a problem for her.
Never found one.
I never read one. I don't know of its existence. But what I do see here tonight is when you're doing these photo albums, these women are very pretty, very attractive, very talented. And they are getting treated worse than the working day-to-day sister out here on the street.
Oh my goodness.
This public embarrassment, allegedly, I absolutely believe she's still seeing that man. It's just very quiet. He has not come out publicly and said that he had been a problem. I believe if he said, well, I'm with a new organization now. People know who I am. I'm in therapy. I ain't doing that no more. I think she's still seeing him. I don't think it's over.
Felicia, you don't think it's over? You think she's still seeing this troll?
Absolutely. I told you where Kiki Darius was when she was singing that holiday song. When I tell you, it was down there up underneath the tree. I told you.
Well, we all knew that because she young and dumb, but damn.
It's unfortunate because I think when you're attractive, when you're pretty, when you're talented, people buy into that for you and tell you that's all you need to be.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
And I think this thing called honor and integrity and respect and decency has no value for them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she got the child support money, and I guess a lot of people feel she should be happy, but she don't have that man. She don't have him publicly no more. And I think this is really bad for her. So I'm going to get dragged, but I not in the same way as Al, but I think that she want to be with him and he want to be with her. They should be together. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
And boom, there's that. Monique said, I agree. I think she's still seeing him too because everything just got too quiet.
Amen to that. Thank you, Monique.
And that's her baby daddy. Okay. And maybe Al didn't say it with the right words, but he said what he said. Which way am I going? Did I come to you, E?
No.
Okay, there you go.
But when Al said Nia should have sat there and ate her food, I said, "Oh, that is nasty work." And to me, it's kind of equivalent to what we were saying in the previous segment about Iman smoking weed from the beginning. And had the relationship not gone south, this wouldn't be a problem. But it is a problem. And someone in the comments just a few moments ago said Nia was good with the cheating until the people found out. And I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to stand my ground tonight. Guess what? The people found out. And now he has to pay the $32,000 a month for child support. And that sounds right to me. But Nia, you're still a fool in my book because you should have took the $56,000. Stop leaving the money on the floor. $500,000 of disposable income, that's nasty work. And that extra $24,000 could come in handy someday. And you're doing yourself and your son a disservice, especially after she filed in the paperwork he wasn't adequately supporting this child initially. That man ain't no good, y'all. He is not a family-oriented man. He lies, he is unprofessional, and he has no sense of exclusivity when it comes to his body. These men love open legs and weed every day more than they love their own kids. Additionally, I have to go back to this thing of holding women hostage to bad decisions because it's almost as if when we fall in love and we become temporarily, for lack of a better word, stupid, people expect us to stay there. And it's a very uncomfortable thing for some people to see a woman wisening up and making better decisions. And I had a teacher in high school tell me before, people rarely like smart girls. And you don't have to prove you know the answer to everything. And I say that to say, just because women go along with a relationship and suffer through inconvenience and health risks, as Miss Felicia stated, and endure the fury that comes along with it, it doesn't mean we like it. And just like with Tiana Taylor, just because I knew you smoke weed every day, it doesn't mean I agree with it. Nia said out of her own mouth, you read it, Diva, the relationship had been up and down for a long time, and it was tumultuous. And like I've said before, all it takes is one day for all hell to break loose. And when we as women decide to unplug, take back our power, and make better decisions, we do not need to hear every day the only reason you left him is because everyone found out. Well, they found out and I left. And that's just the way life. No, I don't want to end it that way. Life goes on. I think that's the important message. If we're making better decisions and we're out of that toxic situation, life goes on. Even if I'm doing a drive-by and I'm still sleeping with him from time to time, he's still paying me child support, and this is on paper. We have a new arrangement now. Life goes on.
Thank you, E. Q, you up?
Ooh, y'all talking. Y'all is talking tonight. Do you hear me? Listen. Oh, look, I've been referencing that Cat Williams interview like since it dropped. And you know that part where he's like, for years, I have just been observing y'all and all of that. I forget exactly how but that's what I have been doing in my adult life, in my young adult life, seeing what the real is with these marriages in the church, seeing what the real is with these marriages in entertainment. Because marriage, can we just say this for a second, has just been held up like some type of ultimate achievement. Like you can post whatever you want to about the business that you're launching, about this new idea that you are developing with something, partnerships, whatever it is. And, you know, maybe your friends and your auntie and they go like it and they go say something. But the minute you post something with you and some man, then now your comments are just loaded up and it's getting all kind of likes and all that kind of stuff. Because people just love, I don't know what the obsession is, I should say. And I may sound really, I may be coming across negative with saying that. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with marriage and stuff like that. It's just that I feel like we have been groomed. And I feel like, was it Leo or In My Opinion that started talking about this stuff for years? But I feel like women have just been groomed to be be happy to be married, be happy to be in a relationship, be happy that you got shows and all that. And, you know, if you get you a good man, you stay with that man, and you see all the memes and stuff. I remember this one time I broke up with this guy and I was through with him. And y'all, his mama called me. I'm like, what is Miss Helen calling me for? Miss Helen was calling me. Huh?
I said, not Miss Helen.
Yes. That's not her.
No, I'm
just long enough where I can do that. Miss Helen was, and he had cheated. Let me say that. And Miss Helen called me to talk to me about things, right? And she told me that it's good that this happened now, because at least when y'all get married, and I don't know where she was coming up with that, but when y'all get married, you'll know how to handle it. And I thought that was so sad. And what she said to me in that moment, what I heard was, oh, this is what you used to. And he prided himself. He used to say, oh, my parents have been married for 40 years. You know, my mom and daddy, you know, I've had a good example. And that's not to say that folks who have parents has been married for, you know, for decades and decades, that they, you know, something was up with that. But I just felt like, oh, wow, this is another example of people looking at the history of something and deeming it as a success. So as y'all have said, these people have been together all this time. There ain't no way that this was the first time. And then now here we are, you know, with Nia and the guy. So yeah, I also do think that it's because now the world is watching. So it's almost like I wonder if she is responding to the pressure of the weight of people know that that's what you're doing, girl. Right. Versus how were you so numb to this this whole time? And to E's point about how much she's getting a month, y'all, that's really not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money when he's making $500,000 a month. Regular guys out here who are making under $100,000 a year, they're paying anywhere between 10 to 15% of their monthly income oftentimes for child support. So him paying $35,000, let's say, is only like 7% of his income. So it's really not a lot.
And that goes to the argument that E is making, that they still are connected. Oh, Felicia, somebody made that argument. That's right. That's how come that let my eyes come open as well. That they still are connected, because she did not go for the full thing. Because if you really mad,
that ain't no money.
Embarrassed, get the 56,000 that 52,000 that you owed.
Right.
But they mutually agreed. They mutually agreed to accept that 32. That's why I'm connected with that.
And that sounds like I don't want to hurt him, or I don't want to do so. It's personal because, again, I'm just looking at like regular women out there who might be in this chat, or people we love who might be in these situations, who they really need that money every month. And 32,000, and we know, as Fantasia tried to tell us, a lot of these folks don't have money like that. So if there was another strike or something to come along, 32,000 a month, you know, when your mortgage on these multi-million-dollar houses and stuff they got, that's not going to cover it. So it might be something else going on there, perhaps.
Well, queuing, I'm getting the 56, girl. You already know. Choo, choo, choo.
Tay, you're out.
But he's a good man, Savannah. Good man, my butt. I will leave him the first time he cheat on me. I'm going to take that $50 million too, and I'm going to burn his clothes too. That's my point right there.
Well, thank you, Tay. Julius, you're up.
Oh, I would have took his pension and a side chick's pension. Oh, since the both of y'all want to sneak around and be fake and phony and funky, solidified. Oh, the both of y'all gonna pay. They gonna lose everything. I don't care. Y'all, you humiliated me. I wasn't sneaking around. Shoot, y'all gonna know. I'ma set it off like in 1995, 1996. I'ma set it off.
Set it off. Okay, thank you, Julius. Katrina, you're up.
The only thing I'm gonna say on this one is Al Reynolds telling her to shut up and eat her food. Did he shut up and eat his food when he was married to Star? He should have started up and ate his food. If he'd be in a better position than what he's in right now. So I'm just saying. But that's all I got to say this time.
Blue, there it is. Okay.
But he did not divorce Star. Star divorced him. So he did not have the opportunity to shut up and eat his food. But if he had it, he would have.
If I can add, I appreciate the shout out and the support, Q and Leo. I told this story before when I was up here that my ex-husband, judge told him it's okay. 88 cents a day will cover it. And that's in real time. That happened to me. But when I was in there, there's a whole group of men who are in there and they hate being in there. They hate it. And before their case gets called up, I can tell you, I saw so many approach the ex-wife, the baby, however the title. Can we work this out?
Yes.
You know I can't make it on what they saying I'm going to have to pay. You know that what we have is good. I'm sorry how it went down. But when we go in there, you know, give a brother a break. You know, I'm going to show the documentation and I need you to support that. Can you work with me? And you know what, girl, you looking real good. What you doing tonight? I'm not judging. I'm just telling the conversation.
Yep.
Yes, I believe that quietly they came to that mutual agreement that works for them. And so she's happy and he's happy. And I want them to be happy.
Whew, well, there it is.
May I say something
Well,
to
her
you?
happiness is a lie.
Oh my God. Yes, you can, Tay. Then I'm gonna move it to my last my feel good story. We need a feel good story. Go ahead.
I was slapping his H word. I was slapping the taste out of her mouth just like way hell too.
Well, boom. Listen, guys, tonight was Dear Mama. We had a lot to talk about, but these situations, unfortunately, happen a lot in everyday life. Yeah, we got some mothers out there that are terrorizing their kids, and the kids don't know how to break away. They do not. We have some moms out there who once they break up with their husband, the baby daddy or whatever, their first go-to thing is that this man is no longer qualified to be in the presence of his kids. And then what happens? We have adults that we have kids that grow up to be adults and they are a whole hot mess. Why? Because the adults that raised them was messy. I'm just saying that we got to get it together. When you choose somebody to lay down with and you have these kids, not one, but two, sometimes three, sometimes four, you got to deal with what you chose to do and had these kids with the man that you knew how he was probably before you even had baby number one. Probably before you had baby number one. But listen, guys, we're going to move into this feel-good story. And it's a really good story. Hold on one second, everybody.
Night lights.
Give it up for the little people.
Come on now. Come on now. Yes, come on now. So nothing should stop you. Nothing should stop.
No excuses.
No excuses. Come on, Julius. Listen, guys, it's 2024. Whatever it is,
stand on business.
Whatever it is you want to do, make it happen. A lot of these stories I show, there's people that have the odds truly against them, and they still are making it happen. He didn't care. He out there, he exercising, he working out every day. He doing what he has to do. Listen, guys, I thank y'all for spending your Friday night with me. I truly appreciate y'all. Listen, if you didn't hit the like button coming in, hit the like button going out.
Help the diva.
Yes, guys. And I'll see you next time. Good night and goodbye.
Always try to get two.